Hello and welcome. My name is Vukile. In this tutorial, what I'm showing you is I'm showing you the where you can change position playing a rhythm so that you can either speed it up or you can try to bring some more notes that are on in a different register. Let's say we're playing in the key of G here. Let's try to play to put a drum here. Make it faster. Okay, thanks very much. This was a rhythm. This is a quick rhythm. I've just thought about it and you know, play. This is a 1-4-1-5 kind of progression. So I started here with with this kind of rhythm. The way you create it is you just arpeggiating chords and then you change position. It's called position change. But what you do when you change the position, you stay on that position. It's a kind of once-off position change, and then you stay there. Maybe you can shift back and then you stay there. So I started off on this position here. Now position here, I'm doing position here in terms of the chords, chord shapes, if you want. So I'm in the key of G, and that's my G there. Okay, that's the caged C shape of the G. And the other C here is this one, the A shape, and this is the G shape of the G, kind of in the 12th position there, or just like the first position like that, and this is there. Okay, and my fourth chord, which is that, my fourth chord is in the E mode, or in the E shape, which is that, and the next chord for that is that, the next shape is that, and the next shape is that. So okay, so that's what I'm playing for the fourth. On this position I'm playing the C shape of the fourth. And the fifth chord, if you may want to check again, this is the fifth chord, which is your G sharp, and the next in line is this one, which is what I'm playing, because that's the fifth there, and this is the root, fourth and fifth. Here we have the root, the fourth, and the fifth. Okay, so these are the things that you have to know when you're creating a rhythm. you may want to change the position so that it 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 uh, it would sound like a transposition. You're transposing on the same key, but onto a higher register. You're transposing to a higher register, and or to a lower register, whichever way you want to go, and it creates a different kind of you know, some listening pleasure there. You can have some a different notes coming into play there, and you can hear that if I ring this chord voicing here, which is my root. This is the highest note. Now, if I go there, the same chord, but this is now the highest note. Okay, so that creates, it's an octave. The highest note is an octave above, which is I got I have an octave above. It's a root which is an octave above the previous root, which is that. And here the third is the highest note. Okay, so that's a trick for making you think that I'm playing a different thing altogether. But that can be done. Let me show you another method where you all along you've been playing strings. You've been leaving out this string here. That's what you might want to do. You might leave out this string for a bit, and then when you want to change, you use it. Okay. So you're using notes that are above. Let's put a so you could hear that. First of all, I was playing these just strings from 2 upwards or downwards, 2 and downwards, and then in the next part, then I bring in the first string, and the first string, and the highest note in that first string is the 5th, which is okay. Now it would sound as if you are playing in 2 registers, but you're only playing in 1 register, 1 position. So that's one trick that you might want to use. You may actually want to use the top. Okay, the top. The other thing that you might want to notice is, I'm going to mix here. This is a method. I'm teaching you some methods. The other thing is I might be playing power chords, and then I play down a chord. Let's do that riff there. So it's so you can see that I'm playing in 2 positions. That's my so that's my position, my root there. So I'm gonna play. So that's the chord where you would be playing. So what I want to show you, I might be playing. So then you can go. So that's the thing there. So you're playing a chord, you're arpeggiating a chord here, or playing some notes if you want, and arpeggiating chords there. And then you go to intervals up there just to bring in a new flavor, you know. So you have two riffs that are running. One riff is running on one position, the other riff you take it to a different position altogether, but you're still in the same key. And this is another way of creating rhythm. So I'm trying to show you how to create rhythm in an African context. I'd say there's so many methods, but these are some of the main methods that you may use. And I'll keep beefing you up with the methods, because this is what you want to, if you want to learn any type of music, learn the rhythm first. And everything else will just fall into place. If you try to learn a solo first and you can't apply it anywhere, it becomes a bit more difficult. Learn the rhythm first, and then you can understand how the solos are created as well from that rhythm. Okay. So I'll also show you how solos are created in African guitar, and that'll be a wonderful lesson to watch for you as well, because it's gonna be nice. Okay, so we are in this rhythm section, and my name is Vukile, and I just want to thank you for watching this, and I say get on you, and I'll meet you in the next tutorial.